Once, upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door.
'Tis some visitor, tapping at my chamber door, only this and nothing more.
Distinctly I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow. Vainly I had sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here, forevermore.
Some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. Some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This is it and nothing more. Sir, I said, or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore, but the fact is I was napping, and you came rapping, and faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I was scarce was sure I heard you. Ain't here. Lenore? Lenore. Surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then, what thereat is, and mystery explore. Let my heart be still at the moment in the mystery and implore. 'Tis the wind and nothing more.
Open here I flung the shutter, when, with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with mien of lord or lady perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, perched and sat, nothing more.
Though thy crest be short and shaven, thou art sure no craven, ghastly grim, an ancient raven, wandering from thy nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore.
Nevermore.
Much I marvel this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore, for we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast, upon the sculptured bust, upon his chamber door, with such a name as Nevermore.
Other friends have flown before, on the morrow he will leave me, as hopes have flown before.
Nevermore.
Doubtless, what it utters its only shock in store, caught from some happy master whom unmerciful disaster followed faster till his songs one burden bore, till the dregs of his hopes that melancholy burden bore of nevermore.
But the raven, still beguiling all my fancy into smiling straight, I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door. Then, upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking nevermore. This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining that the lamplight gloated o'er, but whose velvet violet lining with the lamplight gloating o'er she shall press on nevermore.
Wretch, thy God hath lent thee By these angels he hath sent me. Respite, respite in nepenthe from thy memories of Lenore. Quaith, oh quaith these nepenthe from this forgotten, lost Lenore.
Nevermore.
Prophet, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, whether temper send or tempest toss thee here ashore, desolate yet all undaunted on this deserted land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted. Tell me truly, I implore, is there a balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore.
Nevermore.
Prophet, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, by the heaven that bends above us and the God that we both adore, tell this soul with sorrow laden, if within a distant Aden, it shall clasp a saintly maiden, whom the angels lame to ignore, clasp a rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels lame to ignore.
Nevermore.
Be that word our sign of parting, bird or fiend. Get thee back into the tempest and night's Plutonian shore. Leave thy black plume as a token that lie thou hast spoken. Leave thy loneliness unbroken. Quit thy bust from thy door. Leave my beak from out my heart and take thy form from off my door.
Nevermore. Nevermore.
And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting, on the pallid bust of palace just above my chamber door. His eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor, and my soul, from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor, shall be lifted